Hello and welcome to episode one, the pilot episode of my podcast. My name is Tamestorm, and today is September 7th, 2016, and it is 1:27 a.m. in the morning, at night, whatever you call it. And yeah, this is my podcast. And I know some of you are thinking, Tamestorm, why do you need a podcast? Why do you have a podcast? What's the point? Why should I come here and listen to you cast your pod, or if that's what you call it? Well, I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, a lot of stuff I like to say, and people generally don't want to hear it in person. Sometimes it gets a little extreme, a little debated. We're from East Coast, Philly, so it gets a little hype, a little hot. So a podcast seems like a good outlet, a place where I could go, socially network, and give my opinions. So yeah, the topic of the podcast today will mostly be ECT 2016, God's Garden that happened. Uh, the tournament in China that happened, and First Attack. And it's going to be the topic for today. But before I talk about all those things, I want to talk about what the podcast will be about in general. And to be honest, it can be about anything: fighting games, television shows, movies, a game I'm playing, stream, promoting somebody else, promoting a product, anything. I might just come on here and just talk about absolutely nothing. I don't know how often I want to do it. I at least want to do it once a week and probably put them up maybe Monday or Tuesday, whatever day is the best day for everyone, and see how it goes from there. But I definitely am going to do this once a week, and that's the main idea behind what I want to do, and hopefully it goes well. Oh man, I'm 2 minutes in, and to be honest, that was really nerve wracking. I was sitting here before I started recording this, drinking a bunch of water and thinking, I don't know what to fucking say when I turn this on. Like, when I talk in front of people a lot, and when I talk in front of people, I can see their faces and see their reactions and like read the room and tell if I'm fucking up or bombing or whatever. But here, I have to just say it and I have to put it out and I have to hope for the best and hope that it's received well. Not that I'm asking you to receive it well. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you do, you do. That's up to you. I don't care. I'm not gonna try to pander to people or be a coward about it. I'm just saying, like, I was nervous. I actually still am a bit nervous. But the show will continue. The show must go on. I don't know how long this podcast is probably going to be. No longer than an hour. I don't know. Depends on how much I can talk. But let's get down to it. All right. This past weekend, we had a lot of events. We had God's Garden, which, for those of you who don't know, is a Guilty Gear tournament primarily, and it's in Japan. And God's Garden was hype. It's like the highest level play of Guilty Gear is generally found in Japan. You got Lawso in America, his Elfo, his Jacko, Marlon Paz, Zato. You had Zendane a while ago with his Leo. I haven't seen him in a while. But God's Garden has like all the best players. And so I didn't watch all of God's Garden. I watched some of top eight, some of pools, and grand finals. But the extreme thing about God's Garden and Japanese tournaments in general is that they're typically one and done. And this year in God's Garden, all of pools were one and done. One match, you get sent to losers. They actually had a losers bracket, which I'm pretty sure was not a thing previously, like previous years. It might have been last year, but before that, I've never seen a losers bracket for God's Garden or those kind of tournaments. And this year, top eight had a losers bracket, and there was Ryan Omito who won with his Johnny. Ryan's a Kai player. There was Endo made it. I think Hamburg made it with his Elfo. And there was a few other people. There was definitely an Eno player, but I can't remember who they were. And I was surprised to see an Eno on top eight. Not that Eno's bad, but her neutral is typically lacking. And the point is, for God's Garden, Johnny won it. Omito's Johnny won it. And Omito is a great Johnny. And everybody thought with all the Johnny nerfs, Johnny wouldn't be able to do it. By the way, you guys should let me know, well, not should let me know, but please let me know if the audio levels are a bit off. Let me know about anything for the quality of the podcast, for the audio. It's my first time recording, and I'm a bit nervous because I don't know how it's going to sound until I finish it, and I don't want to redo it because it won't be authentic. I want to try to do one take and Just let me know how it sounds. So anyway, Omito's Johnny won, and Omito pretty much bodied Ryan's Kai in grand finals. It was like Ryan, I think he took rounds. He definitely took rounds when they met earlier because they met in winners at first in top eight, and it was 1-1 in winners, and Omito clutched it out. And I think he ended it with a perfect. And then in grand finals, he destroyed him. I think the matchup's terrible for Kai because, well, not terrible. Johnny has no bust out besides super, but Kai Kai's neutral is good. He has a DP, but Johnny's not generally standing in a spot where he's gonna get DP'd at. His normals are huge, his damage huge, his rushdowns godlike. He cranks up your guard bar, he goes in. I know I'm being very simple about how the matchup works and talking about it in kind of layman's terms. I will go into more detail possibly, but that matchup's just not very good. And Kai is extremely punishable in a lot of things like slide and grease. Actually, is how he lost. And I think it was in winners bracket. He was up. He won the first match. Ein's Kai won the first match, and he started feeling himself, and he went for a greed sever the next match. Because typically when they're on tilt, you want to get a nice overhead in, but most overheads aren't that punishable. So he went for greed sever. Omito blocked it. I was surprised. I also thought I would have went for greed sever too. I would have liked to thought I would have done that if I was Ein. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't Ein. It was Ryan. Oh my god, it was Ryan's Kai. I've been saying Ein's entire time. Ein's my favorite Kai, but Ryan's actually made top eight. And Ryan's been doing really well. Ein made second place last year, I believe, and I believe he lost to Samito's Chip, or he lost to Chip last year, and Ryan got second this year. I've been saying the wrong name. Oh man, that sucks. Well, Ryan's not gonna listen to this. He doesn't care. I wonder if he even speaks English. If he does, I doubt the first place he'll be like, let me check out Tamestorm's podcast. But yeah, so that matchup's just not very good. He went for the grease server overhead, got punished, and then he got bodied, and that's how that tends to go. You slide, you get bodied. You grease server, you get bodied. You actually do an air fireball instead of a DP, you get bodied. That's not just against Johnny; it's against a lot of characters. I was a Kai main. I was a Kai main. I did okay, and then I started playing Axel, which was not a lateral move. That was a bad call, but I did it for matchups to beat Leo. I was actually was at ECT, not this year's ECT, ECT 2015. I talked to Marlon Pie, and I was like, Marlon Pie, how do I beat Leo? Because my brother and I, my brother's Temple Nut, we went to ECT and we did okay in pools. He got out, I didn't get out. I got ninth in Unio because I lost to Sonic Fox, but that's another story. And we talked to Marlon Pie because we played a Leo player back when Leo first came out, and we didn't buy the character yet because we didn't really know if he was good or not, and he destroyed us in casual. So we asked Marlon Pie later on that night after the tournament was over, how do you beat Leo? And he said, pick Axel. That was all he said, just pick Axel. And I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll pick Axel. I'll learn Axel. We need to learn matchups anyway. I picked Axel, and Summer Jam came up. And I entered Summer Jam, and I actually beat a Leo, Great Fern Man. And I beat him pretty easily in winners. And then back then I used to play Converter. Now I play a Hori pad. Not the Hori Commander, but a different Hori pad. It's red. It's nice. As an analog, I don't like D-pad. And back then I used to play Converter, Xbox 360 controller, and like some cheap $12 converter. It did its job sometimes it didn't. And that tournament, it kept dropping inputs or making me randomly jump. So when I actually played Great Furman again, I was still in winners, I believe, and I was playing him in finals of our pool. I lost, and I randomly jumped, and he 2HS'd me, and he hit me counter hit. I was going for a sickle slash, and he did that, and it hurt like 70%, and I jumped again by accident and again by accident. It probably was like 3 times in total in the entire set. And he actually asked me about it, and I told him, and then he saw it because I was showing how I was randomly going up when I paused the game. He's like, that sucks. You gotta not play on that anymore. And now I don't, because that was the worst. Not losing to him, but losing that way. I like his play. I know he was saying he's not very good. He actually got a highlight reel for his pot blowing up a local Hosmo player with his pot from Summer Jam also. But he was nice to play. And that happened for the rest of the tournament. I lost Unio like that. I played against Footwork. I was up. picked Nanase, and I won the first match pretty fair. I think I got a perfect. And in the second match, I couldn't get a single three-hit combo, like nothing at all. So that was just a converter. Found out afterwards, but that's how it goes. Man, that was just a long tangent into something that did not really matter that much. But that's a little bit of Tamestorm's backstory for his tournament history. Don't be a bum. Just learn stick. I don't play on stick, but people always say learn stick because you should play on stick because it's the better choice, or play the controller for that console. Don't fuck up. Like, don't fuck up. I think stick is the better choice, but I won't play stick personally. I play stick in Tekken, but that's it. But yeah, there was an Eno and top 8 at God's Garden. Omito's Johnny won. It was a nice tournament. You should go and watch it. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Go into the channel that has God's Garden replays. I think it has the entire tournament replays. So that's it's good to watch. It's hours of high level Guilty Gear play. It was a bit weird watching them play on console though. They would they would check their buttons at character select screen and then go into the match and check their buttons and then go back to character select screen and then pick again and then go into the match. So it was a bit time consuming for that, but it was one and done. If it's one and done, I would do it too because that's you don't want to have a button set wrongs where you can't punch, you can't burst. They're gonna take that shit. They're not gonna be like, oh, okay, go ahead, go back and change it. They're gonna take it. I would take it. Who wouldn't take it? A scrub wouldn't take it. That too. But yeah, that was God's Garden. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can check that out. And I can either go to Guilty Gear next or KOF. You know what? I'll go to KOF. So at ECT 2016 this year, I wasn't able to go. I went last year. It was amazing. This year, the winner of KOF 14 was Lazy Freddy, and I love KOF 14. I love it. It's amazing so far. I love 13. I love 2002, even though I wasn't very good at it because I was young. I didn't get it. I like 98, but I love 14 right now. And Lazy Freddy won, and everybody's just saying he only won because of Nakaruru, but his team was Nakaruru, K Dash. He put Athena on it sometimes, and he had a few other characters. Nakaruru, K Dash, and Athena. He had somebody else. Oh, Ori. He also had Ori. And people act like his Nakaruru was the only one doing it, but his KDS was actually OCVing, or at least near OCVing some people. The grand finals was between Lazy Freddy and Martial Law, and it was a pretty good grand finals. I actually picked up King after watching that because Martial Law's King was neutral and spacing was just amazing. But the main reason why Martial Law lost is because he wasn't ready. He didn't have the matchup at all. There was things that he could have punished or could have exploited, and he didn't. And yes, Nakaruru is godlike. Nakaruru is amazing, but he could have punished more than he did. He could have done things better than he did. He never rolled canceled slide in the follow up ever. He never punished the dive kicks. He never did a lot of things. He never jumped CD'd. I believe a good option to doing is Nakaruru. If you think she's gonna go in the bird, jump CD. You'll hit her counter hit, and then you can get a follow. I believe so. I believe you'll hit a counter hit, and then you can get a follow up, whether that be super or combo or whatever. You can do that, and people don't do that yet. With my, what I like to do is do crouching kick, and if I see her go up, I do stand D. Or you could do pillar super. You could do a lot of things, but people, it was new. I understand it's still like week 1 or 2. I think it's week 2 now, but people didn't have the matchup yet. People are demanding nerfs for her, and she does need to be nerfed. I'm not gonna fraud. But I think a lot of characters need to be nerfed slightly. Leona is a bit silly. Mature, of course. Mature does have problems, but when she's anchor and she is in max mode, when she's in max mode, she's pretty godlike. There's some pretty good options to blow her up, but she's ridiculous. She's been compared to Virgil in Marvel. I know a lot of Philly players know Marvel. They understand that she's compared to Virgil. Like it's hard to really stop her. It's hard to know when it's your turn, and that's what she pretty much does. Nakaruru's pretty good. K Dash is godlike right now. I don't know what to really change about K Dash. I've never really played K Dash. I would like to, but I don't know what to change about him. Leona and Athena. People keep sleeping on Athena, at least that I've talked to. I don't know if East Coast in general does not understand how good Athena is, but Athena is godlike right now. Her damage output and her options are godlike. That's my top 5 in general. So Nakaruru, Athena, K Dash, Leona. Mature. Mature may not be top five. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. I'm forgetting someone. I should have wrote this down. In the future, I'll be more prepared. And Lazy Freddy won. It's a pretty good tournament. All the top eight was really nice to watch. I think there was a player from Australia there. He was cool to watch. There was a lot of stuff going on. A lot of character diversity too. Also, people were saying Martial Law's team was like low tier. Come on, he had Robert. He picked K-Dash. K-Dash was not as good. Stop acting like he picked some low tier whack team. He didn't pick a whack team. All right, his Robert wasn't good enough. His K-Dash was not as good as Lazy Freddy's at all. If it was, he could have did better, but he knew it wasn't as good. His King was amazing, but you can't win a tournament. You can, but you won't most likely win a tournament just with your King. Also at ECT, Lost Soul won Guilty Gear with his Jacko. I don't know if he picked LFL at all. I didn't watch any of ECT. Well, I watched Grand Finals. I try to always watch top eight, but there was like 4 tournaments this past weekend. So I watched Grand Finals between him and Marlon Pa. Lost Soul came back from losers bracket, reset it with his Jacko. It was dope. I really like watching Marlon Pa Zato, but I hate Zato. But I love playing Guilty Gear. I have never had fun playing Guilty Gear in tournament in my life. Not that it should be fun. It's just extremely stressful. I have fun against scrubs, when you're playing some whack bull who thinks he's good, but he's not, and you like body him, and you get to teach him something, or maybe you learn something different. But when you're talking like moderate to high level of play, it is fucking frustrating playing that game. Like it is frustrating because there's so much going on. You can get blown up. You can literally be blown up by Faust or Elfeld. It's really dope. It's really fun game to watch. It's high pace, it's high energy, but it's stressful. Since I gave out a tier list for KOF, I give one out for Guilty Gear. I have not been playing that much since the patch came out with Dizzy. That was like, oh my god, that was like 2 months ago. I haven't been playing that much since that patch though, because I was trying to get better at Street Fighter 5, which trying to get better at Street Fighter 5, and KOF came out. But Guilty Gear top 5, Johnny, Milia, Elfeld, Zato. Johnny, Milia, Elfeld, Zato. Oh man, Soul's really fucking godly. People don't give Soul credit. Like his matchups are sick, but Sin was nerfed a lot damage wise, and his L cut isn't +2 anymore. Like he fucking needed a +2 slide, right? And people are saying Sin's Gimp, Sim's bad, Sim's Gimp. I don't think Sim's that bad. I think Sim's still got like, I don't know though. I haven't been watching that much. I think Dizzy's pretty good, but I don't know to what extent. I know her damage is insane for what she gets from like an overhit or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe Sin or Soul. Oh man, I'm not really sure. Eno's really good, but I don't think Eno's top five because her neutral problems. I'll I'll give it to Sin, but if I'm wrong about Sin, then put in Soul. And Jacko is on the rise. Her frame data is crazy. She didn't get the nerfs that she needed. 1 second, get some water. It's good water. Right now I'm sitting here with this cup of water, pack of orange Myconites, tangy twisters. It's my favorite candy in the world, and a bag of sourdough pretzels. I bought like 10 packs of these fucking, no, 12 of these tangy twister Myconites. I went to a Chinese store a few days ago, and they had a box of them, and like it was really hard for me to find them in West Philly, which is where I live. And I was in North, or what the hell was I? Was near Penn's Landing. I wasn't in North. I was near Penn's Landing. I was at some random Chinese store. They had a box of them. And I said, "Hey, you see that? That box right there?" She said, "Yeah." And she pulled one up. I said, give me all of them, the entire box. Just give me the box." It was like $3, and I was like, I'm gonna save these for weeks and just eat like one every couple days, maybe one a week. I ate them all in like 3 days. It just, I was like, I wasn't even interested in eating them. Like at the time, I was just like, I'll try one. Like it was like the same night. Like I'll eat one bag because I haven't had it in a long time. I'm sure they're not stale or something like that. And one led to like five in that night, and I was like, oh shit. But they're godlike though, so I'm not mad. But you don't care about my candy struggles, my love and my affection for Mike and Knight Tangy Twisters. All right, so Daigo didn't make top 8 at ECT for Street Fighter 5. Everybody's like, "Oh no, Daigo, he didn't make top eight. He's so godlike." Daigo's okay. Daigo's good. You know, he's good at Street Fighter, but the Ume Shoru in Street Fighter 4 at least never existed. We all know now it was a quadruple option select where your input Shoryuken and down back and grab. We all know what it was now. That he was just option selecting, so there's nothing you could do except for block, and DP wouldn't come out. It would grab tech, it would do fucking buttons, it would grab tech, DP if you pressed anything, and late grab tech. And it was just fucking and it would block. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And that's what he was doing. And Tokido's a better Ryu right now. We all know that. He's a better Street Fighter 5 player. But Daigo didn't make top 8. I believe he lost to Ray Ray. I didn't watch any Street Fighter 5 ECT. And, you know, everybody's like, oh my god, Daigo, he's a bum now. He's not a bum. He's just not as good. Do I think that he's not as good at Street Fighter at Ray Ray? I think he's better at Street Fighter. Maybe not at 5. But, you know, it's still year one. People will act like when this game was like, when Street Fighter 5 was like a month in and you play it at like a local or something, people act like whatever happens or whatever happened at that local was definitive for the end of the world. No matter what happens at every Street Fighter 5 tournament, they act like it's the end of the world. Like this is what it's gonna be forever. And it doesn't it's not like that. It doesn't have to be like that. It's still early. We're still on year one. We're supposed to be getting a patch in winter, like around New Year's time. That patch could change everything. But you know, people don't want to talk about that. People just act like whatever happens is the best or the most crazy thing ever. And I don't know. Daigo lost. I don't care about Daigo losing. Good shit to Ray Ray for beating him. If it was Ray Ray, if I'm wrong about that, my bad. I've been out of the loop a bit. And Julio won. Julio playing Ken. And I believe Chris T went to first attack in Puerto Rico, and he didn't win. That was won by a Rashid player. Can't remember his name. 18-year-old Rashid player. You gotta say his age because everybody else is saying it. And he won. And he sent out that very weird picture describing the Birdie Rashid matchup. I assume it's saying can on ground. When the can's on the ground, that jump arc that you're going over is the only way to approach, but it's punishable. That's what I assume. Maybe he's saying like you V skill. Maybe you V skill over it is what the picture's saying. I have no idea. I don't play Rashid. I don't know much about Rashid, which is why I lost to a Rashid at Combo Breaker. Did I lose to that Rashid? I did lose to that fucking Rashid. Lost by a fucking hit. Like he had like 10 health maybe. I sucked a lot back then. I'm a lot better. I think I could body him now, but who cares? He beat me. Went all the way out to Chicago to lose to a Rashid who wasn't even good. After he won, he said, "Oh my god, I can't believe I just won that." I'm like, just fucking take it and shake my hand and walk away. Why you gotta act like you're so ass? It makes me feel so ass, but he was ass. So now I'm just worse. I gotta redeem myself from that. But like, come on, man, just make me feel good about you know your level of play at least. It was just so unfamiliar to me. I played Shin Phoenix before too. I played his Rashid with Cammy, but at that time I wasn't picking Cammy. I picked Laura. And I pretty much just main Laura now, which is not the smartest choice, but I don't have fun playing Street Fighter 5 unless I'm picking Laura. So I'm gonna pick Laura, and I'll pick Rose when she comes out if she's fun. But I can't play that game unless I'm having fun, and I barely even have fun with Laura, but she's the most fun I have with. I tried almost everybody. I haven't tried I haven't tried Bison. I've never picked Bison. That's the only character I think I've never picked. I've picked Rashid, but I didn't learn him. I actually do want to learn Rashid. I think he does very well against Ryu. But yeah. And so I'm giving out tier list. You know, it's episode one is the pilot. You want to know what Tamestorm thinks? Well, Tamestorm thinks the top five for Street Fighter is Ryu is the best. Okay. And then second tier you have Chun Li, and you can put Ken in there. You can't. I don't care. The top five in no particular order, besides Ryu being the best. Ryu, Chun Li, Ken, Cammy, and fifth place can go to Mika, Nakali, or Karen. Now, I know what you're thinking. What? Karen's not as good as Mika. Nakali's not as. Shut up. All right. Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Our Mika has no neutral. Yes, when she gets in, it's ridiculous. It's Ridiculous. And it's a 50-50, 50, 30, 30, 30, 20, 20, 20. Who cares, okay? Keep your fucking eyes to yourself. Who cares? It could be a 99-1, okay? She has no neutral. She has to get in. You have to keep her out. One of my favorite matchups is Ibuki versus Mika because Ibuki's buttons keep Mika out so well that when that Mika gets in, and you still have a DP, but Ibuki's buttons keeps her out so well. Ibuki's punishes are so consistent against Mika target combo and that kind of stuff. It's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, I said ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh, that sounded racist. I didn't want that to sound racist. I was thinking of like Gremlins, but then ended up sounding like, not like Gremlins. So take that for how you want to take it. That's the way the podcast is gonna be. All right, it's gonna get like that. But anyway, yeah. So Mika has no neutral, and that's just how that is. So as long as you can keep her out, don't over engage. You have no reason to over engage. If she randomly gets clap on you, it's like, come on, why does she get that? Now I play Laura. I have a fireball. The fireball isn't the best because she has slot, but you can space it out right. You can get some pretty good shit. But you don't have to over engage. You can go in and maul her because she has no real bust out. But for most characters who aren't like Laura, don't have to be that close, especially like a Shoto or like a Fireball character. You can just keep her out. You don't have to go in. You can just counterpick. Also, people act like you can't counterpick. I was talking to somebody who was like, "Yeah, but the only way to beat that character is to pick a different character." Yeah, really? My headphones are making a really weird sound right now. All right, I'm gonna pause the podcast and see what's up with this. I'll be right back. Well, you won't know I'm gone. I'm gonna pause it and then I'll resume. So yeah, all right, all right, and I'm back. So there was no problem with my headphones. I don't know what I was thinking or what I was hearing. Like this white noise type sound, but I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna muscle through for you guys. You guys all, you know, I was about to do that really whack kind of. It's not that whack, but that cliche kind of podcast, and you like all five of you because really like realistically in your mind, you don't think people should listen to you, but also you hope to get more. As long as you get more than five, then you're like, yeah, I was wrong. I got like seven. But come on, if you think you're gonna get like a lot, I don't think I'm gonna get a lot. Now, see, I just OS'd it. I just OS'd it. But if you think you're gonna get like, if you averagely get like 10,000, you like all seven of you. I hate that shit. Like, be fucking humble, but don't be that way. I wanted this is my podcast. Can I say fag? I don't have to say it, so I'm I'm not gonna toss it around. I'm not gonna toss it around because I know it's a hateful word. It is a very strong negative connotation on it, and I don't want to offend anybody, ruin anybody's day. The reason I'm making this podcast for the most part is that I listen to podcasts when I'm at work or when I'm traveling a lot, and they help me pass the time, help me think better, help me have something to look forward to throughout the week. Oh God, that sound. So if you guys heard that sound, I really do apologize for your eardrums and all that. But the podcasts help me a lot. They help me get through my weeks. So I thought, I should get on that Tamestorm. That's what I call myself in my head, by the way. Tamestorm 2647. Nuts. Tamestorm 2647. And you know what nuts stands for? You're gonna find out. Alright? Now what nuts is the name of my group. NUTS. Yes, it's spelled nuts. And it stands for never underestimate true skill. I sound like I said that weird. Some water. Alright, never underestimate true skill. Nuts. Members of my group is myself, Tamestorm, my brother Temple Nut. We got Jesse, which is pronounced like Jesse. Hey Jesse. Woo. Feels like a party. And we got Black Cow. He wants to be called Crescent Dagger. Please never call him Crescent Dagger. Please only call him Black Cow. That's his name. Darker than black, blacker than cow. That's what we say. Is it darker than black? Yeah, that's it. I think it's darker than cow, blacker than black, which is like Now that I hear it, like saying it out loud, I'm saying it to him for years. I'm not gonna stop, but don't say that to him. I shouldn't have said that on here. Nobody's gonna, say that to him most likely. But just call him Black Kyle. We play a lot of games. We play Street Fighter, Marvel. They play Street Fighter and Marvel primarily. Kyle's been trying to learn KOF and Guilty Gear. We play Unio, Skullgirls. We'll play anything. We'll play any game with anybody. I don't like playing Arcana Heart. I'll watch Arcana Heart. I don't like playing it just because I never really learned it that much. I'll play Aqua Powers or like whatever. Just I won't play Arcana Heart 3 too much. I hope I just didn't piss off any Arcana Heart fans. I like Arcana Heart 3. I think it's an awesome fucking game. I just never learned it, and it didn't have a netcode back then. I even learned Chaos Code a bit though, but I didn't learn that game because I had to pick between that and Chaos Code. I played Chaos Code first in a local tournament at Temple, and then I just bought it. I picked it up. I was like, this game's dope. The stages are dope. The music was amazing. It was cool as shit to me. Like, I was already into fighting games by then, but I never saw like a game like that. And then funny story actually. This is how I learned how to lab better. It was in Chaos Code. So my brother and I played it for months, and I came back to it like after like 6 months. Like after like a 6 month break, and I was still pretty big into it, but I just haven't been playing it. And it was hard to find streams or replays of it. So I was in the lab trying to make some combos with MG Hikiru, and I found an infinite, and I was like, yo, I found the fucking infinite, and it was easy. It was like stand heavy punch, forward light kick, critical back light kick, and then it was like jab, stand heavy punch, forward light kick, critical back light kick. This is like a four hit, and this is years ago. Like this is like a long time ago. I was like 18, and I was okay at fighting games, but I wasn't like good at anything. I didn't understand anything. We didn't have internet back then. So like now there's all this type of information. You can like find how to footsies, find how to tech, find how to what characters tier list. We didn't have any of that. So like back when I was like 16 and we first started, we played. I bought Super Street Fighter 4. I think I was 16 or 17, and I think I was 16 or no, I was younger than that. Damn, I don't know how old I was, but I bought it like right around when my birthday came out. It came out around May. My birthday's in May. It's May 29th, and I bought Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, and I picked Cody. He picked Jerry, and the first time I did jump heavy punch into crouch heavy punch, like it blew our fucking minds. But that didn't happen for like months, like months. And the only reason why I knew I could do that was because I saw it online. And like I was in school and I saw that and I was like, what the fuck was that? And then that was how I learned about combos. But we learned about he knew about combos, but we didn't know how to actually do them. Like, press the button again in this amount of time and there's a follow. We didn't know that anything like that existed. We were scrubs, we were terrible. We played Tekken. Eh, Like Tekken's a great game, but if you don't know how combos work in Tekken, you just keep hitting buttons when you don't know. Something just happens. So for Street Fighter, it was a whole different thing. And once we learned that, that's when we understood like, oh, when you do that button on block going for that combo, if I press this button after you do that button, my button beats your button. Whether it beats you because we didn't know the word negative, but it beats you because you didn't stand up yet, you didn't block yet. Or we would be like, oh, you did crouch and heavy kick, and I did crouch and medium kick after you did crouch and heavy kick. That beats your crouch and heavy kick on block. And then that's how we figured out stuff was negative. So we did that for a long time, and that's how we figured stuff out. And we went from there. We made our own meta for a while because we didn't have internet, and we made meta like that for ourselves. That's why we play so fucking weird. But see, when I was playing Chaos Code, wow, did another fucking tangent. I hope I don't do those too many of those and piss y'all off. But I like being honest. When I think about something I think is interesting or can help somebody or someone I find funny, I'm gonna say it. But I found the infinite in Chaos Code, and I was like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. I was so fucking hyped. And I practiced that shit for hours. I could get that shit down so I could do it in the match against my brother when he got back. Chaos Code was about to come back for us. It was a revival. And I didn't use trainer mode back then ever. And the game wasn't English. It wasn't English. That wasn't an excuse. It wasn't English. And then I showed him my infinite when he got back, and he said, "Do you have him set to tech?" And I was like, "What?" Yeah, sure, yeah. I was like, "Do you have him set to tech?" He said it again. I was like, "I'm pretty sure." And he paused it, hit recovery on, and my infinite was like a 4 hit. It didn't hit more than 4 hits. Like it didn't hit more than that. And I practiced this infinite for hours, and it turns out it wasn't fucking real. It wasn't real. And that was when I learned, like, come on, man. Like, you gotta learn what these things actually do. Learn how mechanics of the game works better. Learn these things. Get on these things. Because, like, it's important. And that was how I found out that trainer mode was important. Like, I knew it was important. I was in it, but I didn't know how to utilize it. And I know a lot of people don't know how to utilize trainer mode. It's very hard to utilize it to the best, to like know everything to a certain level. It's hard. But that's how I learned that I didn't know shit about trainer mode. And yeah. So, like we said, I'm sorry, we said, like I said earlier, well, you guys are part of the podcast too. So like we were talking about earlier, God's Guardian won by Omito, second place Ryan. ECT for Guilty Gear won by Lawsul, second place Marlon Pa. Street Fighter was won by Julio. KOF won by Lazy Freddy, second place Martial Law. And I thought one thing that was really funny about Guilty Gear was that there was three Enos in top eight at ECT. Three. You know, Eno's really good. She has really got like OSs. Shout out to Minus for his tech. Shout out to Gunframe. That app is amazing. Thank you, Minus. Thank you for throwing in Unio in there too, like out of nowhere. And you put Accent Core in there plus R, I'm pretty sure. That was godlike, dog. Like, thank you. That's amazing to do that. I wouldn't have known so much about that game. And when I first downloaded it, I didn't know how good it was gonna be. I would pay for it. I'll donate. I should have donated a long time ago. I'll donate. I'm gonna donate this week to you. All right. Probably not a lot, but I'll fucking donate. I should have been done it, man. Thank you for that app. But three Enos in top eight, and one Eno in God's Garden top eight. I know there's a Guilty Gear tournament that happened in Korea, I believe, this past weekend too. If an Eno made top eight in that, Eno's pretty godlike. No, but Eno can really shut some people down when she hits you. She's kind of ridiculous. And I didn't watch any of the Eno matches though. I saw some for pools for God Guard, not in top eight. So I don't really know what they're doing like that. But I mean, I have an idea of what they're doing. I've seen enough meta. Was it Neta? I've seen enough Eno OS videos and that kind of stuff to have an idea of what she's doing. I believe that the Enos were Minus, Matt Coma. Oh, come on, you can't say two out of the three. It was somebody else. Fuck. Alright. I gotta get this shit together in the future. Alright. First Attack was a tournament that happened in Puerto Rico also this past weekend, won by a Rashid player and Japanese Rashid player. There was two Rashids in top eight, I believe. I believe Valle also made top eight and one Rashid in top 16. People never talk about this, but a Rashid player actually made top 16 at Evo this year also. Oil King. And people probably don't talk about it because his name's Oil King and he plays Rashid, which is kind of fucked up. But his Rashid was dope. And Rashid, I think, is really good against Ryu because I've watched enough matches with, I think it's Gachukon versus Daigo. And like the ability to just roll through the fireballs from like really far away spacing, get that kick and get a follow up depending on like where they're at. It's got like Ryu's fireball hits. I think it does 60 damage. I know this 60 damage in Street Fighter 4. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe it does 60 damage still. No, maybe 70. Rashid hits that. He gets spacing. He gets a follow up. He gets damage. He gets to move in. He gets to change positioning, and like that's sick. And Rashid's crush counter damage is high, and he has a projectile, a DP. He has wall flip shit, a pretty good V trigger. It's only 2 bars. He gets V meter for that also, so that goes towards V reversals, which is pretty good V reversal. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. It's not like Vega level. Uh, or it goes towards V trigger, and that's pretty damn godlike. So I like that matchup. I'm not saying that Rashid wins it because Ryu's so fucking godlike, but I think Rashid does better than most characters in the neutral game specifically. I think he excels in that matchup. Well, maybe excels is a strong word. I think he does very well in that matchup. I'll find out. We'll all find out the extent in the future over time. And I believe that was all the tournaments that happened this past weekend. Oh wait, no, there was one in China. Zhaohai won. That Kami that get you good. Hit you with a frame trap, bust out a couple times, get you really good. And Zhen got second. Zhen in winners finals, Zhen picked Fang all the way through, and he barely lost. He barely lost, but he did lose. And then in grand finals, he picked Ibuki right off the bat. And I was gonna say earlier for my Street Fighter top five, I don't think Ibuki is top five, but I think she's the tier right below top five for now because her combo ability, damage, her V trigger. If she didn't have a 3-bar V trigger for a nine, every other 900 health character, which is Cammy and Dawson, have a 2-bar V trigger. Cammy has a really good V trigger. If hers was 3 bars, she would drop so much in tier. Ibuki's is 3 because it's godlike. It's a godlike V trigger. I think Cammy's is also pretty damn godlike, but not maybe not as good, but it is godlike. And Dowsum's is, it's good. It's really fucking cheap. But it takes really long for Ibuki to get her V trigger. But with her V skill, charging up the V skill, if you hit that shit, you get like half a bar or some more of that of V meter. But it takes too long for her to get it on hit if she's just being pummeled to death. But he picked Ibuki straight up off the bat. Did a lot of stuff. And Ibuki is really good, I think. And I think people don't understand how consistent her punish game is. Okay, Jin was doing light, medium, heavy punch target combo a lot on block, which is punishable. It is punishable. Let me see how negative that is on block. Because I know, like, you can't just toss that out. I'm going to go on my Street Fighter app. And light, medium, heavy punch on block is -5. Okay? It's not like the worst thing ever, but it's -5. And Cammy can crouch and medium punch that from certain ranges or jab check it into Spiral Arrow or DP. Is it jab or is it light kick? One something. I believe it's jab, but she can just do Spiral Arrow afterwards anyway, just to be like, a little bit more cautious. Spiral Arrow on block is like -7, which is kind of ass when you make sure you do it right. But he was doing that a lot and he was getting away with that a lot of spaces. And Jin's main problem was he wasn't keeping track of his kunas. If he'd have kept track of his kunas, he would have won. But he didn't keep track of his kunas enough, and he gave up some matches because of that. But Zhao Hai didn't know the matchup, you could tell also. So Zhao Hai did win that, and I know Human Bomb was in top 8, Itabashi, Kazunoko. Match between Gamer was also in top 8. The match between Gamer and Kazunoko was pretty fucking dope. Like, it was kind of boring, but it was Nakali versus Cammy. What do you want? But Gamer kind of stole it. Like, he kind of stole it with that super confirm because he missed it at first and then he got another chance. And Kazunoko was so upset. And Gamer did a little pop off. I was a little surprised to see that. People never give Gamer enough credit for how he did in Street Fighter 4. Like, he got second twice. That's fucking amazing. But he never gets, nobody ever talks about the guy who got second at Evo. Who got second in Marvel 3 years ago? I think it was actually Justin Wong. Well, that was Justin Wong who got second the year before that, huh? Was it PR Rock? I don't know. But Gamer did pretty well, and Zhao Hai won. Jin does really well. He goes to a lot of stuff. He goes to a lot of different events. I saw him in an event in Russia a few months ago, playing against Will Tupac's Laura, my favorite Laura, really godlike Laura. And Jin took that with his Fang. Back then, Ibuki, what she wasn't even out, I believe. So, yeah. Yeah, that was all the events from the past weekend. So I know what you're thinking now. Well, Tamestorm. That's all. That's all the events. You're not very interesting. What do you have to talk about? Fuck you. What do you got? What do I got? I don't know. I got something. I got some mechanics. I got one mechanic left. Holy shit. Out of the whole pack, I have one. And it's a yellow one. That's like my least favorite one. Oh man. Alright, well, that's pretty much all the games from this past weekend's events. Was there a Tekken tournament? No, there was no Tekken tournament this weekend. Oh, I'll talk about the future, okay? I'll talk about the future events. NEC is coming up in December this year. I am going to be there. I'm going to pre-reg. I'm going to enter a lot. I'm entering. Damn, I enter a lot of games. Guilty Gear. If the Skullgirls patches out, I'll enter Skullgirls. I was so upset when I went to Combo Breaker. It was on PS4. And I thought it wouldn't be that big of a difference. I could not do anything. PME was watching my matches. Shout outs to PME. He leveled up well. He got way better. He was watching my matches, and he saw that I kept hitting birthdays. And I tried to snap back. I just couldn't get any. And I couldn't do lasers close to the ground with my. I was playing Robo Fortune and Fuko Eliza. I saw Silent Fox play it. Looked pretty cheap. I used to play Philia, but I stopped playing Philia because I never really wanted to learn her at that level. And I like Robo Fortune. So I lost really badly, and I think I went like 2-2, and I lost really badly, and I was really upset because I didn't think it was gonna be that different for a console change. But it was really different. Also, I don't fucking like how the balance is in this game right now. I don't like what Fuka was doing, even though I play her. Eliza, at a certain point, when she has you at a certain space on the screen, is fucking stupid. I hate how high Peacock's damage is. She wasn't supposed to have damage that high, but she does. I hate it. Bella is fucking gay. See, I said gay. Well, gay is fine. Bella's fucking gay. And doubles ridiculous. Doubles ridiculous. Doubles ridiculous. I know Monster Super's getting nerfed. I know there's changes. I haven't read the change log. I've tried to read it, but it was like a lot of shit. And there's a lot of shit for Robo Fortune when I was trying to read her stuff. It was like a lot of, is this different? Is that different? I know missiles got different, I believe. And yeah. So there's a lot of stuff. So if that patches out, I would definitely love to play it. I gotta practice a lot though. So I'm gonna enter at NEC this year. I plan on entering Guilty Gear XR Revelator, newest version, Skullgirl Second Encore, Street Fighter 5, King of Fighters 14, Under Night in Birth. Hopefully the version after ST is out. We're not gonna get Uniel ST. We're gonna get the version after that. If we get Uniel ST, it'd be ridiculous. They seem to keep giving us the version. Well, not keep. They tend to so far give us the version. Like they were playing Under Night in Birth, and we got EXE late, and now they're playing ST. So I think we're gonna get like ST EXE later or something like that. That was a bad joke. We're gonna get like something like that. So hopefully we get the version after that. But Uniel. So Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, King of Fighters, Skullgirls, Uniel. What else do you play? You play something else. Come on, come on. You play something else. Is that it? I used to play DOA, but I never really learned it. I like Tekken, but come on, we're so far behind Japan and Korea with the release of the game. Like, it doesn't really make sense for me to want to enter it. Like, okay, yes, I can enter it, but come on, I haven't even. I played it like once. I played at NEC last year. I'm gonna enter it at the NEC the year after my first time playing it, and not even having anything to know about it. Like, no, that's not the move for me. There's other games I'm just forgetting right now. I'm gonna enter. I know there's like 7. I play a lot of games, but I wish I always played Mortal Kombat. I wish I played Mortal Kombat because like there's so much like not like hype for me watching it. There's hype watching it. The tier list is always changing. I didn't have the time to always keep up with the game and the different tiers, but there's so much money and publicity and Injustice, and it transferred over into Mortal Kombat. So when Injustice 2 comes out, believe I'll be on that and I'll play that. As they say, as we say in Philly, hard body. Well, not everybody says some people say hard body. But yeah, I think that's anything else to talk about on this podcast. Well, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, anything that you want me to answer, I have a general. I think I have a pretty good knowledge of fighting games, a lot of different fighting games. I watch Melty Blood, I get in there. I watch Blaze Blood, I get in there, I gets it in. Anyway, why I keep saying that? I don't even say that, but I watch a lot of games. I think I know a lot about a lot of games. And I'm a very big theory crafter for fighting games. So if anybody has any questions about fighting games or anything, any products at all, any ideas, we can talk about political stuff. You want to go deep and talk about political and religious ventures and ideas? We can do that. We can do that here on Tamestorm's podcast. I don't care. I love you guys. Know that you're loved, all right, and that you're cared about. Any questions, comments, concerns? You want to shoot me some hate mail or some love mail? Ask me what I'm working with. Hit me up. In the future, I will have guests on this podcast. I will have. Oh, I don't know really what I'm gonna do in the future with it. Like if I'm gonna start having video or just audio, but I will have people on in the future. I will talk about a lot of different things. But any questions, stuff like that, send to Tamestorm2647 at gmail.com. That is a Tamestorm. I'll probably get a better email than that. That's my that's my personal email for this kind of stuff. You know what? No, send it there. Send it. Tamestorm 2647 at gmail.com. And any questions, anything like that, you can just want to write in. any feedback or anything like that, you can just send it there. Put it in the comments. Do whatever you want. I'll read it all. I'm a creep. I don't have nothing going on. I'll check it out. And I believe that's all for the podcast this week. So, all right, did pretty good time. I think that's like what? It's like 50 something minutes. God damn. I think. I don't know. I had to stop it earlier and it says 23:15. I think that it run earlier was like 28. It's pretty good time. Um, all right, thanks for checking in and listening to me. I'll do this again either next week or maybe a second one this week, but definitely by next week on Tuesday, another podcast will be out so you can listen to it Tuesday morning. And I'll talk to you guys then, all right? I gotta come up with a name for this thing. If anybody has any ideas for names, let me know. I was thinking, maybe something a little cheesy, a little whack. My name's Tamestorm. Why not tame the storm? Huh? Get in there with a little bit of that. Give him a little bit of that. Or Storm Tamer. Hmm? Maybe switch it up into two different sections. One part's called Storm, where I get super chaotic and super into it, and I start going in on people and start calling people all types of slurs and just say a lot of racist shit. Or in a half section is called Tame, where I'm very calm and polite, and I talk like it's a NPR podcast, and I make you feel warm inside, like you're home, and you're watching your mom make a pie. Cause look, everybody's when you watch your mom make a pie, right? My mom made a pie every day. And that's what you do, you feel nice and cozy, you snuggle up with a cat, you get on, you just watch TV, and you snuggle. And you feel good about yourself, and you feel loved. And then I call you a fag. And that's what I think I might do here. So yeah. I'll check on you guys. Check on you guys. I stole that straight from Bill's Bird podcast. I will hit you guys up and I'll put out another podcast next week. Have a nice week. Be safe out here. Do what you love. And I'll talk to you guys in the future. All right? All right.